Hello friends, this is Simi's Kitchen. Today I am going to show you 2-3 variations of sweet pancake. First we will note down the ingredients for the main batter. For this we need 1 cup whole wheat flour, or you can use all-purpose flour, but here I am taking whole wheat flour. Half a cup milk, 2 tablespoons or 1/4 cup butter melted, or you can also use any oil. 2 tablespoons granulated sugar powder. Half a teaspoon baking powder. 2 tablespoons grounded peanut powder, and 2 eggs. These are the ingredients for the main batter. Now please note down the ingredients for the variations. Here I have some chopped cashew nuts, few almonds chopped, kismis, this is khoya, this is milk maid, chocolate sauce, honey. These are the ingredients which we are going to use today. We will make the main batter of the pancake. First we take this whole wheat flour. Into this we add milk, then 2 eggs, then we add the granulated sugar, the powdered sugar, baking powder, melted butter, and peanut powder. Now we make a batter, smooth batter, mix it and make a smooth batter of the pouring consistency. Now we've taken a few drops of oil on this tawa and heated it. And on the medium gas, we'll put 1 spoonful of batter, or you can take batter according to the size of the pancake you want. Here I am making medium-sized pancakes, and let it be on medium heat for some time. You will notice after some time small bubbles coming. You can also cover it with a lid and keep it for a minute. Now we lightly turn it. And see, we've got a beautiful pancake. Like this, we'll make more pancakes, 4 and 5 pancakes, and then I'll show you the variations. I have these 4 medium-sized pancakes. Now I'll show you it can be done into 4 different types. It can be done into many variations, but here I am going to show you 4 types of variations. For one, we take honey pancake, we spread honey on it and sprinkle dry fruits, some kismis, and it can be served like this. This is honey dry fruit pancake. Then on the second one, here we have milk maid. You can top it with milk maid, or you can also put fresh cream for children, for young children if they want. fresh cream and fresh fruit. This can again be garnished with nuts and kismis. Now the third variation, this is for children. They love this. They love to eat this chocolate sauce. So here we put this chocolate sauce. And along with this, we can also put some Milkmaid. This gives a very good taste for small children. Now the last one. This is again an option. If children want, you can add some nuts on it. Otherwise, without nuts also, it would taste wonderful for children. But here I put the nuts also and show you. Now the last one. Now what we would do is, we would take one piece of silver foil or any other paper, butter paper, newspaper, anything, whatever you like. We will take this on the silver foil, spread it with some Milkmaid, little bit of Milkmaid or little bit of honey. That's your choice. Whichever flavor you prefer, you can put. Now we'll put some khoa here on one side. On one side of the pancake, we put khoya. We put little bit of nuts, kismis. Now what we do is, we gently make a roll out of this. And then we cover it along with the foil and keep it like this. Keep it like this, covered in the fridge. These are very good and handy when you want to go out for some picnics or if some guests are coming. That I had rolled and kept it. You can also cut it into pieces or you can serve the whole like that. So friends, these are the 4 variations that I have shown to you today. I hope you make them at home and like them and enjoy them. Thank you so much. Hello friends, this is Simi's Kitchen. Today I am going to show you all how to make a chicken footlong. Please note down the ingredients for this. For this we need 1 complete bread loaf. You can take any bread loaf. It can be a garlic loaf, a multigram bread, any flavor. That is completely your choice. Here I have taken 1 simple garlic loaf. Then here I have chicken. See, these are the chicken pieces I have here. Then we need some thinly sliced onion rings, lemon pieces. This is yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, which is thinly sliced. Here I have some cheese slices. Then here we have tomato ketchup. This is mayonnaise, salt, pepper, parsley and lettuce leaves. I will show you how to ready our chicken. See, I made some small long slits on this chicken so that the salt and pepper goes proper into the chicken. We sprinkle some salt on both the sides of the chicken. And some black pepper. Now we take 1/2 lemon and squeeze it on the chicken. Now we rub the salt, pepper and lemon properly into the chicken from all the sides, and we will roast it and cook it in a heated pan or on a grill tawa, or you can even roast it in your oven, whichever way is more convenient to you. See, now here I have heated little oil in this pan and placed these chicken pieces to cook on slow fire. After some time, you can turn on the pieces to other side and you can let them cook. It will take around 15 to 20 minutes for this chicken on slow fire to get properly cooked and ready. Time our chicken is being cooked, we will prepare this loaf of ours. We will cut it from the middle with a sharp knife. And open it like this. Now we can apply some butter, mayonnaise, oil. That's our choice. Whatever you want, you can apply on this. Here I am putting this mayonnaise, but for health conscious people, this can be strictly avoided. It is not a necessary thing. Similarly, on the other side, we close this and now we will heat it on a grilled pan, or you can also grill it in your OTG oven, whichever thing is convenient to you. See here, I have done this on this grill pan. I have done a bread. I have made it ready. See what nice these marks of the grill pan have come here, and it is looking perfect. It is just ready. We off the gas, and here you can see these chicken pieces. See what nice color they got. You turn it. It is now going to take just another 5 to 6 minutes more for this chicken to be ready and done. Hello friends, see, now our things are ready and we just need to assemble our footlong. Open this like this. Now on the base we take 1 or 2 lettuce leaves and we can cut this out from here. We just need the green part, green leaf. Put it here like this. Take another leaf. And then we put it like this on the base again. Okay. Now on this, see, this is our chicken which we had cooked. I have cut it into long thin slices. Now we place on this, now we put this sliced onion, few slices of capsicum, then we put our chicken pieces. For the vegetarian people, we can also put cottage cheese into this, processed cheese into this, and or we also can make some vegetable cutlet and put in place of this chicken. We put all the chicken, and children would love to eat this. They don't need to go to Subway every time to buy this. You can make for your children at home. Now on this, we'll put some ketchup. See how nice it is looking. Little parsley. Then we take these cheese slices. One by one, we place our cheese slices here. But this is, again I'm telling you, this cheese or mayonnaise, this is completely an option. Health conscious people they can avoid this completely. Otherwise also, if you need, you can add some cucumber slices and it will taste delicious. Even without cheese, it will taste very good. See, now we close it like this. We can cut our loaf in whatever shape we want. We can also cut it from the middle if you want. You can cut it into half, or otherwise we can cut it into these diagonal pieces. See how nice our this plate is looking. Here we have a complete footlong which we have cut into 4 servings, and I have taken some potato wedges along with it, and you can take any other accompaniment whatever you want. But here now today we have our this chicken footlong. This is Simi's kitchen. Today I am here to make you all see how we make veg cheese grilled sandwich at home. Please note down the ingredients. For this we need bread slices. Here I have taken 2 pieces of jumbo bread. This is fresh paneer, crumbled. This is mayonnaise. 1 finely chopped capsicum. 1 finely chopped onion. 1 finely chopped tomato. 1 little chopped parsley. 1 green chili very finely chopped. This is again an option. If you want, you can put it, otherwise you can omit it. Salt and pepper. Now, on these bread slices, we'll put mayonnaise or butter. This is again your choice. I applied mayonnaise on these 2 slices, and then on 1 slice, we will spread this chopped onion like this. Tomatoes, capsicum, then little bit of this green chili I am putting. Then we put this paneer, cheese, you can also use processed cheese in place of this fresh cottage cheese. Then we sprinkle some salt on this. Black pepper, and then little parsley, and then we cover it with the other piece. Pan here, and I've greased it with little oil, and I've heated it. Now I gently place this our sandwich on this and let it we have to leave it for a minute or 2. It will take very beautiful marks of the grill pan on it. You can also make this in the griller, in a sandwiches, or on a simple tawa, but here I like to do it on this open fry pan. See what nice color has come here. You can see the lines of the grill pan and the beautiful golden color we've got, and now it is being done. See, I'll show this to you. Here it is getting roasted again. A very nice golden color is coming on the other side also. You can see the color. It has got such beautiful color, and you can see the lines. Our grill sandwich is ready. It is ready, and now we can cut it into, since it's a big jumbo bread slice, so we can cut it into 4 triangles or squares. You can cut it into, if you want to, big sandwiches. Otherwise, it will make 4 nice small sandwiches. Sandwich ready, and cut into 4 small sandwiches. I hope you all like the taste and enjoy this grill sandwich at home. Thank you. This is Simi's kitchen. Today I am going to show you all how to make a wet cheese sandwich at home. For this is a 3-layer sandwich. For this I have taken 3 slices of bread, and again, according to your taste, you can spread these slices either with mayonnaise or with butter. And for a healthy sandwich, this can be completely omitted. Here we spread the mayonnaise. And here, so you can note down the ingredients also. For this I have taken bread, mayonnaise. This is fresh cheese grated. This is cottage cheese. This is processed cheese. Few slices of tomatoes, cucumber. This is red and yellow bell pepper. This is iceberg and corn, salt and pepper. Now on the first slice we put these slices of iceberg, leaves of iceberg. This can also be substituted with lettuce leaves or with cabbage, but I prefer using this iceberg because it stays crisp. Now on this, we place these cucumber pieces. Tomato slices, we sprinkle a little salt and pepper. Now we cover it with the other slice, the mayonnaise side down, and on this side also we need to put a little bit of mayonnaise so that the vegetables that we apply, they will stick to the bread. Now on this, we put this grated cheese. This is fresh paneer. We can cut the sides with a very sharp knife. Now here, again we can cut this sandwich either into 4 squares or triangles. I'll cut them into squares. See how nice this sandwich looks. You can place them. So here we have our red cheese sandwich ready to eat. Hope you all make it at home and enjoy it with your tea. Thank you. Hello friends. This is Simi's kitchen. Today I am going to show you all how to make a quick watermelon and pineapple slush at home. For this slush we need watermelon. See, here I have 2 types of watermelon. One, I have kept this in the normal fridge, and the other few pieces I have kept into the freezer to be set like ice. So because if we have this hard set watermelon, we can use less of ice cubes. Otherwise, more water will go into it. Without ice, this tastes very good. If you want, you can set the whole of the watermelon into the freezer to set it like ice, and then you can use it. It will taste very good like that. Then we have pineapple here. You can use either fresh pineapple or the tinned one, anyone. Then mint leaf. This is ginger juice. This is lemon juice. Sugar. Sugar again here is an option. If you want a little sweeter taste, you can add sugar. Otherwise, it can be omitted. Or in its place, you can also add a little bit of pineapple juice or orange juice, anything. So here I'll show you. One by one, we put all these ingredients into the blender. Here's the little few ice cubes. Pineapple. Now we put in this ginger juice. Here goes the lemon juice. And 2 spoons of sugar. Blend complete all these things. We have a beautiful watermelon slush, which is ready in minutes. We can add 2-3 mint leaves just to garnish it. And here we have a beautiful glass full of watermelon slush ready. Thank you, friends.